First of all, you're a balanced person, but it's in a sense where like you give just as much as you receive, and you receive just as much as you give. There is a lot of reciprocal energy with you. You like to reciprocate. You do reciprocate in your relationships, in other circumstances, but you are a reciprocator, okay? And that's why you're such a baddie. You're going to return the favor. You are the one that is going to give back, and you're also going to receive just as much. So there's like a balance with you when it comes to giving and receiving. It's how you're reciprocal. You're a baddie, Scorpio, because you could have kids. Not only like having kids, but I'm picking up like you could have a lot of kids. You could have like pushed out a lot of kids, and that's why you're such a baddie. You weren't afraid to pop them kids out, to give life, to bring gifts, which are kids, into the world. I'm also getting you are a baddie because you could have a kid-like energy. You could have a playful nature to you. I don't care how old you are. You did not forget that you have that inner child that you still have to nurture. This is why people end up being fun to be around, or this is why people have that stay young, even because they keep that kid, like that childlike energy. And I feel like you have that. You are not afraid to nurture and bring out that kid-like energy, and I feel like people admire this about you. Like you could be fun to be around, or you could have like this just youthful energy to you, and people like being in your energy because of it. Like you have this childlike energy that you will not let go of, and I feel like that's what keeps you going. That's what keeps that's what keeps you thorough in a way, okay? And this is why you're such a baddie. You admire, you nurture that inner child, okay? Some of you guys, your kids are beautiful. You have very beautiful kids. I don't know who you produced with, who you had a baby with, but your kids are beautiful. Your sons are handsome. Your daughters are beautiful. You made some beautiful ass kids, and that's why you are a baddie. People could want to have kids with you because that's how bad you be making them cute babies. You just a lucky person. You can have a lot of luck around you. You just get lucky. You're the type of person, you hit big on things, or you find things. Like you're the type to like find some money on the floor. You're just a lucky person. Some of you guys are spiritual, okay? I'm getting the number 7 here, so that also lets me think like you guys are spiritual. You're a spiritual baddie, Scorpio, and this is why you are a baddie. You know all things spiritual. That's what you believe in. That's how you move by, and you could be very knowledgeable about the spiritual realm, the spiritual world, spirituality, and this is why you're such a baddie. You guys could also come off as perfect to people. Not that you are perfect, because nobody is, but if you want to consider yourself that, cool, because I'm the same way. Like, I am who I say I am. I don't have to use certain words to make people feel better about themselves. So yeah, if you want to call yourself perfect, cool. But regardless, whether you are or you aren't, what I'm getting at is people could see you as perfect. Like you come off as perfect to people. You come off as the person who has it all together. Perfection. Perfection as a definition would be you. You seem perfect. You seem like you're in the perfect job. You have the perfect life. You have the perfect family. You have the perfect opportunities come your way. You're just, something about you screams perfection or perfect, okay? Even though that doesn't have to be, real life, because, it is very much hard to be perfect. It's like no one's perfect, but again, we can call ourselves however we want to, but you just, that is the gist of it. Like you come off perfect to people, whether you are or you aren't, and this is why you're a baddie. People don't see no flaws. I mean, like people do not, when people look at you, they do not see any type of flaws, and this is why you're a baddie. Whether you have them or not. You guys have been through a lot of trauma in your life. It's like you're immune to trauma. You've dealt with a lot of trauma. You could have, past trauma, childhood trauma, but something about you wear it so well, so you don't look like what you've been through. People can't tell you are traumatized, or you've been traumatized, or you've been through some type of trauma. People can't even tell. Something about you wearing your trauma very well, or you know, you're not able to let your trauma overcome you. And this is why you're a baddie. And I just said something about perfection. Like, you could have been through so much in your life, but you don't look like it. And this is why you're a baddie. I'm also getting, Scorpio, you could traumatize people. So what I'm getting with that is like, you could actually like be like a catalyst in people's lives. You know, and we hate to say it, you know, everybody wants to be the person that, you know, someone loved or looked up to, or, you know, the positive one. But sometimes you are the villain in somebody's story. And I'm getting, Scorpio, sometimes you're the villain in people's story. You come in, you change their life, you cause a tower moment for them, or you cause them to like wake up in some type of way. And what I'm getting is just that, you know, it leads them to feel like they're in a traumatic situation. But really, it's just, again, we have that transformation energy to us. Like, we come in your life and you just, you know, we'll transform the fuck out of it. But again, this could come off as like, you know, like to the person, it comes off like, you know, you're putting them through some type of trauma. Or again, let's just face it, like, you come off as the villain in their story. But this is why you are a baddie, because again, you come off as the villain in a way to change someone, though, for the better. And it's not like something that you do. If you read about Scorpio, it's just something, it's just in our nature, it's our energy. So when we come around, our energy just can cause transformations and changes. So what I'm getting at is, you bring trauma to people, but it's like in a good way. You're like the villain in the story. You're the type to bring the trauma to them that helps them wake up and see things differently, or become a better person, or change in some type of way. And that's why you are a baddie. But I'm getting like in a good way too. You just traumatize people, but it's like in a way where they will never forget, because it changed. Like, again, I'm just getting, you change them in a way that's positive, even though it could have been traumatic to them, or they may even saw it traumatic at the time it was happening, but it was for the better, and they probably gonna realize that later. But yeah, it's something about you traumatizing people, you being the villain in people's story, but it always is for a good cause. It made someone wake up or see something from a different perspective. And this is why you are such a baddie. I feel like you guys are always grateful for a new day, because, you know, a new day means, you know, new opportunities, a new you, a new way of doing something. You just are thankful that you have a new day and a new chance at life. I feel like you are grateful about that, and this is why you're such a baddie. I told you something about you, you know, something about you just knowing that every day is a day to be better, or to start new, start fresh. And it's something about your optimism there is what makes you such a baddie. Like, you are the type of person to tell somebody that tomorrow is a new day, try again, try it again. Start fresh tomorrow, the next day. But you're also just grateful for the days that you get every day, a new day that you're able to wake up. You're thankful, you know, you're grateful about it. And this is what makes you a baddie. I'm also getting like, you treat every day like a new day. You don't go into the new day thinking about old things, okay? When there's a new day, you treat it as such a new day. You don't bring nothing, because what is the key word in there? New. You don't bring nothing old, okay? Or from yesterday, from the past, into your new day. And that's what makes you such a baddie. You guys could have an accent. You could be from the country. You could be from another country, from a country, you know, wherever you are, you could be from a country. But something about that is what makes you such a baddie. I feel like you just having that country style, that country accent, or you just being from a different country, meaning like you have a different culture, different background from others, is what makes you such a baddie. And that's for the last part about being from a different country, that's for some. So in general, it's just this country vibe, or you give off country accent, you give off something that is country-like. And that's what makes you such a baddie. Some of you guys live in the country. You know about that country life. Something about you living in the country. You you have a country accent, you're from the country, or you're from a different country. Something is different here though about you, and that's what makes you a baddie. And people like what they like. Scorpios, you have a country style, and people who like country style stuff, you come off as such a baddie. You have a country look to you. You dress country, something like that. Some of you guys could wear like country style boots, you know, them high Texas style boots or something, Texas hats, wherever Beyonce, you know, Beyonce from Texas, and she be having them country style in them country videos she be making. Something about that, like you could dress country, and that's what I was getting, different. So you could dress different as well too, like you have a different way of dressing. And I'm getting some of you, your style is country. So yeah, it's something about your style, let's just say, is different, and that's what makes you such a baddie. Like, it gives a different vibe than what you would normally see or something. Because you're top tier, baby, okay? You are top shelf. You're high value. It's something about you being the best of the best, the top line, okay? You are just top tier. I don't think anyone or anything is fucking with you, Scorpio. This is why you're a baddie. You could have tattoos, Scorpio, whether it was 1, 2, or you tatted, period. Something about your tattoos is why you are a baddie. It could be the way they look, the color, the placement of them, you know, what they say, the meaning. Something about your tattoos are even top tier, and this is why you're a baddie. Some of you do tattoos. You're a tattoo artist. Your tattoo art is just A1, and this is why you're a baddie. You got a lot of haters, okay? And if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. You could have a lot of haters, a lot of people who hate you just for you being you. And the more haters you have, the more, you know, attraction. All they doing is bringing more attraction to you with their hate. Some of you guys, you do something where people could hate you for it, I want to say, even. Okay? That's just what it is. You could do something that people hate you for. You know, they hate that, or they could just hate that it's not them. Haters are really validation that you're doing something right, and this is why you're a baddie. Because you have them and you doing something right. You're always reaching your goals. You have established goals, and you make goals and you meet your goals. You're also inspirational. You come off as goals to people. You yourself, I told you, it's something that you do, I want to say. So whatever you do for work, or you do that where you're being seen, you come off as goals, you know, and that's why you can have a lot of haters. You are inspirational. People are inspired by you in some way, okay? Even when it comes to just the way you make goals for yourself and actually reach them. And that's why you're such a baddie. You guys just come up with the right thing at the right time. It's like you just make things click. Even if somebody's acts like they're not understanding you, or they don't get something, you're the type that's going to say it, and it's going to click. Like, it's when you say it, it's going to click. And that's funny because, you know, as a kid, I always kept saying, like, I learned from different people. Like every teacher I had, I would say, like, some of them I'm able to learn easier from than the others. So that makes sense, Scorpio. It's something about when you say something, you make it click for people. They might not understand it if their boss or their teacher or their friend told them, but when you, Scorpio, when you tell them something, it just clicks. It's like they get it. They have an epiphany moment. It's some bright idea. It just makes sense. It's just something about you or what you say just makes sense, or you know how to make things make sense to people, and that's why you're such a baddie. Some of you guys always have the best ideas. You come up with bright ideas, things that you know, you can really turn into something. That's what it is. You come up with like $1 million ideas, an idea that could just get you on the road, get things moving. Something about you having a sharp mind, I want to say, Scorpio, and this is why you're such a baddie. You are a baddie because you're always stepping into a new beginning. You always have something new on the horizon, and it's heavy on you just always doing something new. You could always be getting something new. You could like novelty. You just like newness. Nobody gonna ever catch you stuck on something old or liking old things. Even like in the terms of the word old and new, you don't like anything old. You like everything to be new. It's like you don't even get stuck or be stuck on old things. That's what I'm saying. This is relating to anything. You don't want nothing to do with old. You like new. You don't care to be stuck on old things or old people or old situations or even stuck having them same old clothes. You like everything new. Like, you are the person who always got something new going on. I want to say you always stepping into something new, which means you take risks, and this is what makes you such a baddie. You're the type of person, somebody hear from you, you got something new going on. Everything new is just what I keep getting. You could even act brand new at times, because it's just something about, even when you get new, you could act brand new. But this is why you're such a baddie. I feel like you don't have anything old. If anything, you got some old childhood pictures, but everything is new with you. You even be coming again with new energy every day. Like, you just crave newness, because again, something is leading me to think like you like change. You like you may not like change, but you like to upgrade. Maybe you own it. Maybe you own the fact that you just not one of them people who could stay in like old ways, old patterns, do old things, wear old stuff. Some of you guys, you may not even like old homes or old anything. You may be like a modern type of girl. You like the newer style homes they build, like modern style. Like, you just like newness. But that's what it is. You own it. Like, you don't, because a lot of people like to say novelty, always wanting novelty or newness is a bad thing, but you don't think it's bad, and you own the fact that you like newness. And a lot of people should, because a lot of people be faking. A lot of people want something new. That's why you can't blame it when people, eventually get tired of certain things, because they want new. And that's okay, though. And that's what I'm saying. You know that that's okay. You own it. And that's what I think is making you such a baddie. And you just know how to release things. You know how to walk away from things that are no longer serving you. Relationships, people, places, or things. Again, you know how to let go of things and shift towards new things, okay? And that could be very hard for some people. A lot of people don't know how to leave things behind. They don't know how to shift and change and transform and go towards new. They don't even know how to transition in that type of way. They don't know how to let go of what was even and go into what's new. They don't know how to leave old people, old friends, because they so attached to the familiarity. But you know how to detach from that and go on to new. You're open to meeting new people. You open to going into new opportunities, because you don't have that hard time letting the old go and entering into the new. And that's exactly what people are probably inspired by. And this is why you're such a baddie, Scorpio, okay? And for me to say Capricorn, you guys could embody a lot of earth energy, or you're down to earth, or you even have earthly type of trait. I could especially be talking to my Scorpios with earth in their chart. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in their chart. Specifically, you might have Capricorn in your chart as well. But something about you embodying that Capricorn, or you having that Capricorn and water dynamic in your chart, something like that is also significant. And this is why you are such a baddie, okay? Or because I did have some reads where random things came out. Or there is an earth sign in specific that thinks you are a baddie, and that's just something that wants to be known, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and I see y'all in the next one.